Once again, you're welcome. This session is now live also on YouTube. And usually, periodically, we organize some Q&A session to share about the Sharebility software. We keep making some simple to use software tools that teachers can use in their ICT integration efforts. In this case, particularly when it comes to record keeping, as teachers, we are supposed to use technology to help us in record keeping and preparing of report cards. So today, I'm going to be sharing about the Sharebility software, which you can use in the new curriculum to prepare report cards. So I want to thank all the members who have joined in. Let me just ask Watson to give us an opening prayer, and then we can start. Mr. Kenya Tony, are you there? Oh, Mr. Echat, are you hearing me? I hope people can hear me. Let me see if you can unmute. Yes, you can unmute. I want to get one person to unmute and let me know whether you can hear me. Nankabira Mariam, yes, go ahead. Okay, Nankabira, are you able to unmute? Okay, let me get the other person. Mr. Tim Solomon. Yes, Mariam.
Yes.
Yes, please.
You can hear me well?
Yes. I'll give an opening prayer.
Yes, you pray for us.
But I thank you for this wonderful evening. I thank you that we've all gathered here to receive an important information. I pray that it helps us in our career. I've prayed in the name of God, the most gracious and the most merciful. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you all members for joining in. I'll go directly into the session, and then after that, I will ask for any questions. So all members, I think we know about this circular that the NCDC released, and that was last year when they were talking about reporting learner achievement. And the new curriculum, they were opting for what we call descriptive reports. Descriptive reports. So they wanted, NCDC said they want a report card that descriptively reports about learners, as compared to the report cards that we had, which were mainly having marks only, with a few comments down, maybe the class teacher's comment, and then some very goods here and there, but mainly having position and average and everything. So NCDC made a sample report card and they shared it. This was the sample that was by NCDC. They have not yet released another sample, but this was actually the second sample they shared. And this one was 70 pages, and really it had a lot of, it was more of a report book instead of a report card. And they wanted us to have more of the comments that a parent reads a report about the child's stay at school for the 90 days the child has been at the school, in games, in sports, in clubs. This is a report now. This is a real report about the learners. And then also they added something to do with their end of year performance, and if the school has given some exams out of 80 or assessment, summative assessment out of 80, they put a section for that as well, and with a grading. Letters A, B, C, D now coming to O level, which was not there. At O level, we only had the distinctions D1, D2, and we are no longer seeing them now on the report card. So this was a sample report card that NCDC shared, but schools met it with a lot of reaction, and other schools have really refused to say no. For us, we shall not manage to do this one. Others are trying adoption, as you know. So as the Sharebility, we decided to make a tool, because what NCDC did was just give us a guideline, but they never gave us the tool. Getting the tool, that was ours now on the side of the schools and the private sector as well. So several companies have created several softwares which are priced differently. For us, we realized we already have software on our computers called Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, Excel. These programs we use for typing exams. We realized you can actually use them to prepare that report card with some automation and make it simple without buying a totally new, unique software. So we created a simple tool which we called Sharebility CBC Report Software. Once you get it, you will find a zip folder like this, and we give it to you. You extract the way I've just done. You right-click on it and then say extract. And then after extracting, you put in some password, it opens. So we have these parts. Now, currently, it is in version 4. So this one, this is the report card. We designed it in such a way that it does what NCDC wanted. But schools have been asking for fewer pages. The NCDC one had 7 pages. In this current version of 2.4, it can fit on 4 pages if the full report. But the 4 pages, the 4th page is the summary page. And some schools have been opting to only print that summary page. That summary page was also in the NCDC format. So this is how it really works. It works with the Excel which you already have, the Excel that you already know. So you open it. We have here where there is class teacher. Okay, so you can come here and you put in class teacher's name. So for the class teacher can put in names of students. So for example, I'm going to put there Nankabirwa Mariam. I'm going to put there Nankabirwa Mariam here. So I'm going to put here Mariam Nankabirwa. Okay. So you can put in your names of your students accordingly. You can put in all the names here. You can even copy them. If you are copying from another spread, maybe you already had your class list. It is advised when you copy the names, don't just paste, but paste special values so that it doesn't paste formatting. It pastes very well. So there's what called 1, 2, 3 here. Values. It will paste. So it is okay. You can still paste your names. Then photos. If you can get some photos, unfortunately, I don't have any photo for Mariam. I don't know if I have any photo on this computer. I have one for Rosemary Atieno. Let me use that one. Let me hope it is a good one. Okay, so I have my photo, but it's also not very good. Okay, it's fine. Let me just proceed. Let me just proceed. Let me see. I wanted to demonstrate something. Okay, so you can have your photos. So I have this one called the Sarah. Okay, let me just take any. Yeah, so in this folder, you can take photos of your students if you want. It is optional, the photo. You put them inside this folder here called the photos. So you can paste the photos there, okay? So you can paste the photos there like that. Okay, so you can come in your spreadsheet. Just be a bit fast. I don't want to be a bit slow. So already there are some links that I put there, demonstrate, but you can remove those and right click, and then you say link. There's an option for link, and then you link the photo that you want to appear on your report card. Let me select this one for peace. So it will be there. So you realize that the photo will go there. Okay. So the stream, you can enter the house. The house you can enter. The NCDC format also wanted attendance. So the format would be difficult if you were to typeset it as if you're typing a document, but here with Excel, you put all the details in one place and then it generates. The game's participation, whether she's good good netball player. So what is new in this version? What is new is one, the projects. NCDC guides that we should have at least 2 projects per term. Maximum 2 projects according to NCDC guidelines. So you may find that a student has done a project in agriculture and maybe a project in chemistry. So we have, in this new version, we have added 2 projects. So we can have computer repair project, and maybe we can have another one. Maybe we have the storybook project. So you can put 2 projects. What the learner has done, you put the project title, and then you also put the project remarks accordingly. And then we have the class teacher's comment. Of course, automatically it picks the username, the first name. This comment comes automatically, but later you can first leave it. It can come. You can override and put your own comment, but we have automated that comment based on the performance later. And we also have the head teacher's comment. The head teacher's comment you can is not automatic. That one can be typed manually, or you can even type it, put it in later. Now, on this particular version 2.4, we have added this part which was not there in the original versions. So we have up here auto-generated the remarks for activities of integration, because we wanted to make some teachers were saying now we have 500 learners, very many learners. So we got from the key from the NCDC, and we have made a provision for some default comments which can be customized from here. We shall see where they will appear. Then there is a question here: did the students do 80% assessment? If according to NCDC, they are telling us don't set end of term exams. So some schools are not setting end of term exams. Some schools are only setting activities of integration. If you only set activities of integration, then you say no. But if your school has gone ahead to set some kind of out of 80 exams to test learners for end of cycle, then you come here and you say yes. So when you do that, the system will change accordingly the report card. If you say yes, you will have the 80% results added in the report card. If you say no, then it will only you can be able to prepare report cards only for activities of integration. Okay, then we also have other comments down here. These ones are for the out of 80, and the comments that will be put. These are the class teachers' comments, but these ones are just a provision for teachers who have very many learners. But the new curriculum recommends actually to not even to use automation of comments, but to customary type or provide an observed comment for each learner. That is the ideal situation that is needed. And in the earlier versions, these comments are not there, but schools have been putting us on pressure because they are saying they have very many learners and they have not managed to, they couldn't write these comments and like that. But it is really, for us, what we have done, we have made it in such a way that it is optional, but you can override. We have some default comments, you can override. So this is something to note here, this drop down here, this 80. Now, the rest of this is the class teacher, and that is all. This is a simple spreadsheet. So once the class teacher enters that is all. So the subject teacher, for you, when you come, you already find there is already Mariam Nankavid on the spreadsheet. You don't have to put names. If you try to change here, it will refuse. It will tell you, don't edit. The class teacher has already put in the names. If you think Mariam's name is not well spelled, then the class can be corrected from the class teacher's sheet, not here. Okay, so for you as a teacher, you just come and supply the activities of integration done out of 3. And for these ones, we're comparing with those, we looked at the program planners. Most of the subjects, maximum topics are around 5. It's only biology which has 6 topics. So with biology, we added 6 topics, but other subjects, they have less than that topics per term done. Yeah, so each of the subjects is here. You just put in the score out of 3. So if in topic 3, learners have done 2 activities of integration, you sum up the denominator and denominators, and then these are not activities of integration. These ones are topic scores. If it is 1 activity of integration, then that is okay. So you put in 2.7 if the learner got 2.7. It automatically converts the out of 20, which is the formative score. So for now, we have not integrated the project mark. According to the NCDC guidelines, projects will take 10%, and activities of integration will also take 10%. But in most of the schools, they have not done a project in each subject. So you'd find that there's only a project in only 1 subject. So you cannot put that in all subjects. But in case a school has project marks out of 10, they can actually also change this formative score. They get this, then they update this formative score with a project mark, and then they feed it in. Yeah, but we can always add that maybe next time if schools need project marks to be added with activities of integration. But for now, we are only considering activities of integration. And in case project marks are needed, we shall just add a column here and have project marks there. Now, this is what happens. If I go to PE and I put a 3, it automatically gives me a comment that the learner has got 20 out of 20, because this is only 1 what? only one activity of integration out of 1. So he has, and the series is the maximum, 20 out of 20. And the comment has automatically come outstanding in most areas of the subject. But if this learner was actually, it does another one, maybe 2.1. So now it will compare using two subjects, and you will get the overall 17, and the comment also updates. Now, in case this learner missed, then you can put an X, because if you don't put an X, the system will think that the learner was supposed to do only 2 activities. So if you put an X, the system will know that, okay, this learner was actually supposed to do 4 assessments. He only did 2, and so he has a missed assessment. And even the out of 100 here will be missed assessment. So that is the automation here. The things are being simplified. Have the subjects here. I hope you can still hear me. Some people were trying to call me and they were disorganizing me here. Okay. So the end of year, in case the learners have done end of term, some schools are giving end of term, then you would put it in this same place of end of year. Otherwise, with the NCDC, they have recommended only end of year exams in 3rd term. So if it is only this term, then here you don't have anything. You can just put a 0, or you can leave it blank. Yeah. But if the school has done some exams, then you put there. If a learner has missed, you put an X. So it is going to automatically do the grading. Now, finally, this side, we have what we call the genetic skills. The genetic skills, the system here can guide you what genetic skills are. You are supposed to talk about the critical thinking, problem solving, communication, innovation. So you can say, okay, the learner was, maybe learner is exhibits good what? Teamwork. Okay. Nice. So you can always add a comment or whatever you want. So this one here is not automated. You cannot automate genetic skills because these ones are observed by the teacher during triangulation, during the teaching and learning process. So surprisingly, some schools have been asking us to automate the genetic skills. Maybe before I continue, I don't want to be talking alone because I'm seeing some members may say that I'm talking alone. So far, I want to hear from one of you members. What do you think about the schools which are asking us to automate genetic skills? Is it even good that we automate some of these other comments, or we should remove all of them and they become teachers to put real comments from what they have observed from the learners' performance and values and attitudes? Let me first hear from one of you members, if you have been following so far. So teachers in the old curriculum, we used to only put marks, but now we need to supply comments about our learners. And after doing this, we are almost done. The report system is going to, the report tool is going to generate all these ones. Mr. Francis, are you hearing me? Mr. Aoma, Emily, Baganzi Ronald. Yes, Baganzi Ronald. Do you have something to say?
No, I don't have anything I can show here.
Yeah, what do you think about the schools which are telling us to automate genetic skills? Is it really, does it make sense?
I don't really think it is fine with it. I think we should not automate it because this one, the generic skills we assess per learner. So you cannot just automate it.
Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for following. Okay, so let me increase the speed a bit so that we can. So after doing this, after putting in all these genetic skills and all those ones, we have added now more subjects in this version. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 subjects. Yet learners are supposed to do, how many subjects are learners supposed to do at senior 1 and 2? And how many subjects are learners supposed to do at senior 3 and 4? At senior 3 and 4,
there are 9, senior 3 and 4.
Yeah, there are 9. So here we have put 17 subjects. Now, in case a subject that you are offering is not here, you can turn any of these subjects into that subject. For example, when it comes to, we put even this one has other, which has nutrition and food technology, performing arts, technology and design, general science. You can use this for any of those if you are offering it, or if you are not offering maybe art and design, and you're instead doing nutrition and food technology, then you can just come here and change up here and change this to NFT. So you can feel free to change the subject, but here the tabs, you can't rename them. But just know that, okay, under art, that's where I'm going to put NFT if you are not doing art. Then under RE, you can put both IRE and CRE, because I don't think there are two students who will do, one student doing both IRE and CRE. So you can put those who have done CRE here and those who have done IRE in the same sheet. Then lang, you can also put their languages. Maybe you have students who are doing Luganda, and then there are those who are doing French, where no one is doing 2 languages. So you can still put there, and you find that all subjects can be covered within here. In the previous versions, we had put few subjects, but here we have 17, and still you can even others can be provided for. Okay, so finally, we have what we call the summary sheet. The summary sheet here automatically comes up from the results that you have entered. So I can see Mariam here. Now I can decide to delete off some of these columns if I want, and I print what I only want. So it shows the 80% and the 20%. I can decide to only delete off the 20% and leave only even the 100. The 100s are here. So as a school, you can decide what you want to print, and you only, even the grades are there. So you can, this one is for printing. You can use it for class sheet analysis. At the end of it, there is these 3 columns. We had not put them in the previous version, but some schools are telling me that they offer bursaries, and they wanted to find a way of having to see how learners and see some, and yet in the new curriculum they don't want us to position learners. So just put these to average out of 70, and then average out of 3, and then the level, whether moderate, high, or low. So if I go to this one, let me try to see if I can make this one to be in a low. Let me give her some F9s here. If I make this one to get a 10 there, and I go to geography, I give her another 10. Okay. Then I go to maybe entrepreneurship, switch, entrepreneurship, I give her another 5. This one is supposed to be, I think this grade is supposed to pick up. Yes, just a second. Yeah. So if I just get this student, and I just realized something there on that sheet, I'll check it out. So if you change these ones, if I go back to the summary sheet, is now at 1.7. So these ranges are a bit long. They should be able to change accordingly. So a learner can be in high, moderate, and can also be in low. Okay, it is now at 1.5. So there is the moderate starts from somewhere. The moderate starts from somewhere. Yeah, according to the NCDC ranges for high, moderate, and low. Okay, so let me see. So it's now at basic level. So you can see the level of attainment. So you can be able to decide to print your to print out the names of students by just getting the of the whole of this spreadsheet. I can decide to delete off. I can copy the whole of this, and then I can even create a new Excel sheet, and then I get my names. Then I remove all these, and I remain with maybe the last 3 columns, or I can even pick out other columns I want, maybe for the grades alone, and then I print out this, and I can say, okay, these are the learners who are under the basic. These ones are the learners who are under moderate, who need support, and these are the learners who need the basic, moderate, and those who need what? Who need the who are under high, and their average out of 3, and their average out of whatever. Yeah, but in the new curriculum, it is criterion refreshed assessment. The guideline are we are supposed to look at each student on her own, and they are just guided mainly these 3 levels of grouping learners accordingly. So basically, this tool can help you to have the learners' results, and then can help you to even add up the 20%, the 80%, and can also help you to do that grading in that way. Now, I'm going to close this. I know my time is really up. I don't know if there is, okay, I'm going to ask for the questions later. Let me just quickly. So after that, I save this spreadsheet, I close it. I can save, once you save, the things will remain there. It is the normal Excel that you know, so you can always deal with the data the way you want. So now if you want the report cards now, you open the report generation tool, this one, which we call report system. It is going to connect, it is in Publisher, it is going to connect direct to the Excel file. It is going to ask, it's always good to first close this Excel file before you open the Publisher file. So, okay, so I'm going to, okay. So I double clicked on the Excel file again. So, okay. So this is the Excel file. I've closed it. So when you open the Publisher file is the report generation tool. So it will ask you, do you want to open access to external data? You say yes. Then it will tell you, work with connection, try to connect to the data source. Try to connect the data source, you say continue. And then you go ahead and you go to your desktop where you saved your file. And then you select data entry sheet. And then you click on open, okay? Then it will ask you which sheets. Now, the person who does this is not the subject teacher of geography and what. No, this one is now the teachers of geography, chemistry, physics. They have finished their work and they start from eating the end of term chicken. But the ICT teacher is here now going to print the report cards. For you, the subject teacher, you end at entering your marks and then you go. You enter marks in Excel, that's all. You don't come this side of Publisher. But the DOS or maybe the ICT teacher can come now this side now to make the report card, or the class teacher. In that case, but it really is not very difficult. So already the report card has been designed in the NCDC format. It is going to go and pick. You can see here the name. He has picked Nankavirwa Miriam already. He has picked Nankavirwa Miriam. It is already here. And it is going to pick the data from the other side. The teachers, when they are putting in the scores the other side, they should also submit the topics that they have taught, the topics they skimmed. They know where they get, they skim from the syllabus books. So the topics which they skimmed and what were the competences of those topics which are listed in the syllabus books, they should hand them in also to the subject teacher, so that when preparing the report cards, we can know that the scores they provided were for those particular topics. So those topics are entered here, but the marks are the ones which come from the Excel automatically, but the topics are entered directly here on the report card here. And this is one report card, but it is going to generate all the other students automatically. It will put here the photo, and then the teacher's name is typed here. Here you can see it has brought the other comment I wrote, exhibits good teamwork. The comment has come from the Excel. And here we have several subjects up to foreign language. We maximized the space usage as compared to the NCDC template, which the space was not maximally utilized on the paper. So at the end of the day, all the subjects can fit within, you can see here, it has brought these comments. So the subjects can fit within only 3 pages instead of 7. They can, if you want to only print, use the integration, you can, within 3 pages, you can have all your subjects summarized with the scores, with the topics and everything. And here is for all the 17 subjects. So if your school is offering fewer subjects, it is possible to actually delete some of these rows off the report card and you save more space here. So you can have your report card within 3 pages. And here down, you can put here the head teacher's signature. But in this case, we have added the 4th page here, which is a summary. Now, we have 2 types of summaries. We have the end of term formative assessment result summary. In case your school did not give end of term exams, so you can just give this this summary. So this thing here just shows the result summary option with 1 page. So you can delete this one. So this one here is a simple summary. It shows mathematics. Then out of 20, what the mark is. This is now from all the activities of the integration. And then the comment, this comment is automated. And then the teacher's mark. Now, some schools wanted also to put here a summary of the activities of integration from each chapter, like this side. But for us, we have decided not to do that because schools are being tempted to give out report cards which are not descriptive, and NCDC doesn't want that. So at least this one is descriptive. It shows the mark with the description and then the teacher. And then down here, we have the co-curricular activities, and down here we have the overall average achievement, identifier out of 3. So this learner is at a basic level. As you saw, this learner is now at a basic level. So it can show you that, okay, this learner is in general at a basic level, and they got a 1.3 on average, and this is the overall achievement, and this is the out of 20. So if your school does not do end of term exams as recommended by NCDC, you can print a 4-page report card. Having 4-page means 2 sheets of paper. Page 1, page 2, page 3, and then page 4 is this one, which is summarizing the formative assessment out of 20. Then in case your school has done end of term exams, then there's this other page which we have added. It can be used instead of the other one. So in this case, you come to this one here of formative, you delete this one. You can delete the page, and you remain with instead one on this page 5 becomes your page 4. With this one, also there was something there to show. This one has the 20%, but it also adds on the what? The 80% and the total, and then it shows the letter grade G, the grade descriptor, and then it shows the teacher's what? remark. And then it gives the overall achievement in percentage form now. And it shows also the identifier. And this one here is now also the final summary page. The summary page was part of the NCDC sample. If you look at the original NCDC sample, they had a summary page, which they put also. So, but they don't encourage schools to only print the summary page. They encourage schools to print a summary page in addition to the descriptive pages, which have more details about what the learners have done. Schools are giving excuses of paper that, hey, we don't have stationery, that's why we want to print one page. But yet they are the same schools which are printing end of term exams, or the curriculum. Chemistry paper one alone is 15 pages of 50 objectives. How have you been getting papers for printing the chemistry paper 1s, paper 2s, paper 3s, but you can't get only 2 sheets of paper to print a 4-page document to give your learners as a report, which befits the word a report. So in the new curriculum, we want a report card to be a real report, which is descriptive, telling us about what learners have achieved in all areas where their areas of weaknesses are. Don't just putting for us marks and then you call that. That is now a score sheet, not a report of the OD curriculum. So we pray that schools can slowly conform and the bias which they have against printing a multi-page report card can go away, and then they can be able to adopt. So as a Sharebility, we shall always support schools. We shall always keep improving this report card. You can, once you get this report card, you are free to edit it 100%. You go to the view menu and you go to what we call the master page. That's where you can change the logo from. You can come here. This is like Microsoft Word now. Yeah, so you can come here and then you put in, you can put in, so someone is asking in the group that they can change the end of year to end of term. It is possible. So someone was asking there, that is Sharif asking. So here, I can say Ginger, maybe let me say Ginger secondary school. Okay, let me just say Ginger High School. This badge which I put here, you can put it on the right if it doesn't fit very in the middle. You can design this part. You can even put your own banner, design it, put it on your contacts the way you want it. And then the end of year part, this one you can change it, learners end of term, if you are instead doing end of term. But you see in this report card, I had 2 reports. I have one for end of term if the term doesn't include end of out of 8 exams. Then this one I intentionally left it as end of year because NCDC expects you to set out of 8 exams only at the end of the year. So for me, I will leave it as end of year. But for you can change it to end of term if you decided to give end of year exams at the end of term. If you decided to give out of 8 exams at the end of the term. So for now, let me now get the questions, and then we see that we can wrap up with our session. Okay, so members, I want to hear from you. How long can it store the data? It can store the data as long as your computer is still alive. What you do, even if your computer dies, you can back up. This is a document. How long does your computer save the exams you type? You find that some secretaries have exams even for 10 years on the computer. This is a document. It's not some kind of special system that it is going to lose the data. Whatever you do and you save, how do you generate report cards now for the rest of the learners? Let me first finish that. And how do you back them up? So after you have edited the report card for one student and you see this is fine, you come here where there is up here where there is mailings, and you can go to the next page. If you go to click on this part here where there is 2, it brings another student. Now, if you see that that is okay, you come up here and you click on edit recipients list. Now, some people don't click on this, it ends up printing even blank students, making the computer slow because the spreadsheet is long. So what you do, you first go up there under mailings, and then you click on edit recipients list. Then you select which learners you want to make your report cards for, okay? So when you click on that edit recipients list, it should be able to bring you all. So you select these ones, and you only select these 2 or those 3 that you want. Otherwise, it will select even the blank rows and you generate empty reports. So you click OK. Then after that, you go up at the end of here, and then you say merge to new publication. So this mail merge is an olden technology. It is not us Sharebility who have done it. It is a Microsoft technology for merging documents from a given data source. So it is going to make for you, even if there are 500 learners, it will make a report card for each one. And it will go and put results and put them in those places for each learner to have a unique report. Then from there, it's advisable to save it as a PDF. Save it as a PDF so that you can print your report card. Now, for some of us who are not ICT people, we may see as if it is hard. But like I told you, for you, if you are not an ICT person, then your work was only to enter the mark. This one is either the DOS or the ICT teacher who is helping on this one here. But it is really the same Microsoft Office that we use on our computers every day. So it is not a very, very, very unique or very strange software that we are giving you. No, we are just showing you how to use the software you have on your computer to prepare these report cards at a very affordable. Even the new curriculum encourages us to use locally available, low-cost tools that we have. So as Sharebility, we are in the spirit of the curriculum, and we give you this software. You never buy it. You never pay again that maybe you are paying us. Once if you take this version and it is working for you, you can use this version forever. But in future, maybe if we release another version, maybe version 3, maybe with the 2 projects, what and other things, and we ask for some little money, you can buy that other version also, but we normally give it even at a discount to the members who had bought earlier. But if you think the old version you bought is still working for you, you don't have to buy again. It can work for you forever. So this is the report card I've just prepared for Jinja High School, and it is in PDF ready for printing now. Now let me hear from Mr. Muheki Vincent. Mr. Muheki Vincent, you can go ahead and you can speak.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers, for your response. But your response seems to be practical a little bit. And the camera is just showing your face, not where you are clicking and typing.
Hey, I thought I was sharing my screen. Did you scroll away from? I think you had scrolled away and you were seeing me. Members, the rest of you, have you not been seeing my screen?
We have been seeing the pointer moving around the screen.
You have been seeing the pointer, but you have not been seeing the actions there.
I've been seeing everything.
Okay, I saw on Zoom, my friend Vincent, there are 2 views. I turned on my camera, but also the screen was being shared. So you were supposed to scroll through like this, and then you would have gone to the shared screen. Sorry, but I'm going to share the video. In case you missed out, you will watch the video to catch up with where the practical whatever was. Okay. Let me hear from the rest of the members quickly. The rest of you have been on up to the end. And if you have any question, I hope I've been able to answer the questions and give an overview about this. I don't know if any of you already has an older version you have been using, and maybe you have some issues you have you have been facing, and maybe or you have some question you can ask, and then we can conclude with this session within a short time. Yes, Mr. Abdul.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
And good evening to you all. Now, I have sent a direct message to via this Zoom, but still I have been asking you this. You said that among the packages that you will combine advanced office with this report system, but for me I didn't get that. I don't know why. I got only the report system, but I didn't get the office, and I have just discovered that using advanced office like 2016 and 19, the system runs very well and fine. You cannot see errors. I once shared with you the error that I was using, since I was using 13 and 7. But when I shifted to my friend's computer that has 2016, the system was running well. But now I didn't get that 2019 or 2016. I beg, if it is available, I have shared my email with you. You assist me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, we actually provide support software, all the software that you need to run this. Of course, it can run with all the office, but it will run with disturbance. But if you run it with, run it with the latest office, or 2013 there, 2016, you can be able to have a good ride. Now, I've shared a link. We put these softwares on a page we call Sharebility Uganda Software, sharebility.net/software. So on this page, you'll find several softwares, but there is Microsoft Office here, 2013, 2019. It's around 3 GB. So you can put a night bundle and you download it, and then you'll be able to install it on your computer. So it is we have provided it, and there is also this Kahawa zip. This is for unzipping. In case you don't have WinRAR, you can use this for unzipping the software and many other softwares here. Okay, so you try to see if you can download it, but it is even in the email there, I had mentioned it, the email for downloading this one. Okay, let me get from another person, another question. Any other question, members? Seguya Simon, thank you very much for joining in. Miltonic Sakwa, Budugonua, and other members. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can say that. Go ahead and unmute, and then you say something as we wrap up. So we have someone asking at the end of senior 4, will it help us generate the scores out of 20 for submission? Mr. Seguya, you are not going to submit scores out of 80 to UNEB. You are going to submit the raw mark out of 3 for each activity of integration. It is UNEB which will compute it out of 20s using its system. So with this system, all the scores that you enter there, they are saved in the spreadsheet in the Excel file. So you can always copy them per chapter right from senior 1, and you submit them to UNEB. So for now, you just have to make sure that you back up your files. And it's always good, members, to every term after you have made your report card, it is always good you open the school email and open what you call Google Drive. I use Google Drive. So this software on its own does not have a backup facility to back up the data within the computer's database. Instead, you can back up your work on Google Drive. You create a folder and then you call it reports, and then you can put there the marker sheet for this term and the PDF for this term. Even the marker sheet for next term like that, such that in case of anything, even when your name is to come after 3 years, those marks are safe. But even if you back a day mark on the computer, a virus can eat the computer, or the computer can have any problem, and then you lose marks for the learners. So it's always good to print out, have a backup printouts in the file in the DOS office, but also, if possible, have the backup. For me, I have a backup of a lot of my work on Google Drive. So I would advise you back up on Google Drive, whatever you need. Okay, so thank you very much, members, and I want to thank you very much for joining in and accompanying me in this session. And this software is available at only 100,000 shillings. For us, we have not decided to be very expensive. We have made it available. Even schools in Amolata, in Butaleja, have managed to get it. It's not a software which requires millions of money, and you can always, we are always monitoring the trends. In the case of any improvements, we improve and we make additions. So for this particular one, it is version 2.4. Next term, we shall be working on version 3.0. And we shall see if there are any changes or anything. We shall be working on version 3.0, yeah, to improve. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I want to ask one member to give us a closing prayer. Mr. Philinat, you have just joined when we are concluding. You could instead bless us with a prayer, actually, if you can hear us.
Better late than never. Let's pray. Father, I want to thank you for today. I want to thank you for this program that your colleague came up with. I pray that it blesses people, it simplifies the work. I pray that this innovation becomes more enhanced and better. In Jesus' name I pray and I believe. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, everyone. May God bless you all, and thank you very much for joining. Bye-bye, everyone. Stay blessed.